having the shrubs, the trees, they have a place to go and hide if they feel threatened. And we do have the water features, which we see the chickadees and the sparrows come to it and bathe and drink, and they're just constantly frolicking and really like it. And then the bird bath under the apple tree is quite popular because again, you've got water, but
tree
to hide in afterwards. And we do feed the birds a little bit, and the variety of birds we get is really nice. It varies from blue jays to flickers to the hairy and the downy woodpeckers and nuthatches, both varieties of nuthatches and chickadees, of course. So there's always activity in the garden, robins, of course, and we both are of the philosophy that we're not going to use pesticides or herbicides in our garden. So if we have insects in the garden, but it's never been a problem for us. So we're assuming that the birds and other insects, good insects are eating the bad insects, and the birds are eating them too. It seems to be well balanced after all these years. Do it in small sections.
Don't take out the whole lawn and then be stuck with weeding it until you get plants. Because plants, we tend to plant densely, as again, both the ground cover reason and just because if one of the variety is good, then all 12 relatives would be even better. So I'm a major collector at heart. Rod's a bit more studied, but we don't plant. We buy plants because we love them and then find a place to put them. But start small, improve the soil, absolutely. Because if you have good soil, it makes up for a whole lot of other, like watering is easier.
And improving the soil again, I strongly emphasize just putting in compost. You don't need to add dirt. You don't need to add the soil part. Our soil here is relatively good. It's got lots of minerals. It's got lots of, but it needs the organic side of it to improve it. We have such a shallow topsoil here. It's shortgrass prairie originally, so it doesn't build up like it does in big forests. So organics, and you rototill that in. It's going to open up the soil. It's going to provide the nutrients for all the little creatures that live in the soil, as well as nutrients for the plants. And it holds moisture that way too. Clay soils, when they get wet, they stay wet, but when they dry, they turn to concrete. And putting the organics into it just opens it up and loosens it up so much. And that's what we did here in this back garden. We had over a foot of compost spread over all the perennial beds.
Which was where the grass used to be.
Yeah, and rototilled it in a couple of times. And then we started building the bed, laying out the beds and planting. So, and that was that was in the fall, and I think we didn't plant much that year.
We had the fruit. We went up to Holes at that point when Holes was really going well, and I think we spent a couple $1,000s on all the incredible plants that they had.
Yeah.
And I laid out all the pots. Got back on the Monday, and I laid out things and where we were going to put them. And then the sky got really dark, and I thought, oh. So I thought, it's going to rain. So I picked up my shovel and I got as far as the garage to put the tools away, and all hell broke loose, and the hailstorm came. And it was bouncing off the greenhouse roof. They were like golf ball size. And I peeked out the garage door, and a stone came off the garage roof through the crack in the door and hit me on the head and broke skin.
Oh.
And Rod had just started the nursery, and there was plants in pots. And if the golf ball size hail missed the little seedling, it would blow a hole through the side of the pot, but the seedling was there waving in the breeze.
So anyway, all the the plants that we had sitting out here, well, they survived.
Yeah, unless they took a direct hit, they were fine.
Yeah, but anyway, so it's just part of gardening here in Calgary and
well, there is that,
Alberta.
yes.